This is my first trip to Chongqing, and I must say I've been very impressed. The infrastructure, the people, and most importantly, the history. I think when we visited the museum yesterday, it gave me a very deep insight into the role that Chongqing played in the establishment of modern China. And I think that's quite impressive. I think I'm also very impressed about the level of technology and about the number of industries here. Because in terms of population size, if you look at Chinese cities, Chongqing is a fairly medium city. But if you look at the amount of industries here, I think it's something that is impressive and something that I would like my country to copy. I think we in Ghana have had a long history with Chongqing. A lot of the motorbikes, and in fact, the first Chinese automobiles that came into Ghana came from Chongqing. So Chongqing is not a name that we do not know. But I think in terms of formalizing our relationship and putting a proper framework around it, that is what we need to do now. Definitely, I do find a lot. I think it's impressive the way that Chongqing has been able to develop its waterways, the Yangtze River and the Jiaolian tributary. What the economic role that the river is playing in the city is very impressive, and it's something that we would like to work with the leadership of Chongqing on, because we have 26 water bodies in Ghana, and I don't think that we use it the way that you are using it here, and it's something that we can partner with you to develop. Another area that we're looking at is education. We do have some students in Chongqing, but would like to improve and bring more students so that they can also learn and come back home and help in our development, because I think the way that you've been able to build your infrastructure is commendable and something that we can also look forward to. I think in terms of bridge construction, that's something that we are looking at, and also agriculture. We have a lot of farmlands, and Ghana produces the world's best cocoa, and we would like to work with companies from Chongqing to process this cocoa and package and also sell in China. So there are a lot of opportunities that I have seen, and I will be coming back to have deeper conversations with the leadership to see how we can move forward. Ghana has always been a very good friend of China. Our founding president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, was a very good friend of Chairman Mao. In fact, they were the thought leaders of their time. Unfortunately, his political role was cut short, and therefore he could not actualize most of his dreams. I think today our President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and President Xi Jinping share the same values in terms of thoughts and in terms of aspirations for their own people and for the people of the world. Nana Addo is talking about a Ghana beyond aid and Africa beyond aid, which means an Africa basically where all children can go to school, can have decent meals, where mothers can look after their children, and where Africa does not depend on handouts. That's what he's looking for. And I think it's the same thing that President Xi is also talking about when he talks about a community for a shared future, a community in which all nations prosper and all nations treat each other equally. So I think in terms of the Belt and Road, which offers immense opportunities for commercial collaboration, we believe from the Ghana side that it provides opportunity for us to work with Chinese and other companies who have the same mindset, and countries that have the same mindset, to build infrastructure together, to educate our people together, and to get prosperous together. And I think in terms of that, we believe in that, and we are going to work with the Chinese leadership to make sure that this dream is actualized. Ghana also now is the headquarters of the Africa Continental Free Trade, which means that we are now the commercial capital of Africa, and that provides opportunities for companies in Chongqing that want to enter Africa to come through Ghana to the rest of Africa. So when you establish in Ghana, you're not only selling in the Ghana market, but to the entire West Africa market, which has a population of over 400 million people, plus a GDP, gross GDP of over $2 trillion, 2 trillion US dollars, and most importantly to the entire African market. So we believe that this is one of the critical roles that we can play in the realization of the Belt and Road Initiative. We will serve as a platform, as a catalyst for its development and growth. I think apart from mining, we do have a lot of resources. Ghana is an oil producing country. So if you look at the downstream side of oil, in terms of the exploration and also the upstream and downstream, in terms of the upstream, the exploration, and also downstream, the processing of oil into different products, there are several opportunities. We're also looking for companies that are interested in light manufacturing of automobile assembly, motorbikes assembly. Those opportunities are also there. Most importantly, agriculture. As I said earlier, we do have a lot of farmland, we have a lot of water bodies, and we're looking for companies to come and invest in farming and also processing of agricultural produce. These products cannot only be sold in Ghana, but they can be shipped back to China or also to the European countries where we do have trade agreements with them, and also to other African countries because of our role as the headquarters of the African Free Trade. So in terms of opportunities, there are opportunities in several areas: housing, manufacturing, food processing, and even in services like e-commerce, tourism, and hospitality. There are a lot of other areas that we're looking for partnerships with companies from Chongqing.